students, today we are going to talk about pricing concepts and capturing values. Before we start, let me ask you one question. Let's say you are thirsty and you would like to buy one Diet Pepsi. Although this is the same product, Diet Pepsi, the price really varies depending on which occasion you are. If you are considered to buy a fountain drink at the Taco Bell, it is just $2. And if you try to buy that in the vending machine, it's $1.5. And then if you're just trying to buy in the HEB, then just the one can is just considered as the 63 cents. So what is the right price? And then think about it. When you just went to the stadium and then you just try to really seriously and then want to buy it, or when you're in the airport, sometimes you may have to pay $10 for Pepsi. So we're going to talk about what is these pricing strategy and then what this price means to manufacturers and then consumers. So keep in mind that price has never been an absolute measure, but it's rather the modifier of the value. So remember this value equation. Value means how much you perceive the benefits depending on cost. So price is part of cost because the cost can be inconvenience. So the cost could be loss of status. So there could be the other cost, kind of search time, shopping time. That's also cost. To the seller, price is revenue. Of course, so from what consumer pay for the price, the seller can make profits. For the consumer, price is the one of the cost of something. We talk about the cost, kind of searching time cost, shopping time cost, and this price is also one of the costs to have that value. So why price is important? Because it's most readily changeable characteristics of the offering. As we see in the previous examples, depending on which situation, the same product, the price can vary. So, and also it directly relates to the generated revenues and the quantity sold. So to calculate the revenue, it is price multiplied quantity. So price is very important factor to generate revenue. And also it's a key component of the profit, how much you charge in price. And also it's a symbolic to the customers, how they perceive the price with the values. So I just provide the examples on the right side. Columbia is a kind of the everyday brand. So if you want to get little higher notch from there, maybe you are considering to buy the North Face. If you want to pursue a little bit higher than from the North Face, maybe you're looking for the Patagonia, because they deliver some of the sustainable values. They are positioned in the little higher end than the other tubes. But if you want to really differentiate yourself and then looking for much high-end brand then or prestigious brand, you might looking for the Canada Goose. Way more expensive than the other trees. So it delivers some of the symbolic value. This is more luxury outdoor brands and have the high quality. And also, this is the indicator to the consumers how much they're willing to pay. If you perceive that value is more, then they're more willing to pay about the products. And also, if the demand is high and the lack of supply, then consumers are also willing to pay extra to get the product. So this is another important measurement to think about as a business, how you price the products and the services. Now we are going to talk about 5C of the influencing price. So there's 5 different C's. The first one is about the company objectives. Mainly, what does the business want to be? And the second one is the customers. How do our customers see our products or the industry? And the third one is the cost. So it's related to how much does it cost to actually produce the product and services. The fourth one is the competition. How does your competitor set up the price and then how it affects your price? And then the last one is the channel members. So is everyone in the supply chain making money? So now let's get into the company's objectives first. We already learned about the company set up the objectives and then their own goals. Pricing of the company's product and services should support the company's objectives. So what it means is the Walmart objective is they try to provide some affordable option for the everybody. So they want to be a cheap alternative. Their slogan is the save money, live better. So as we see in the product label brand Walmart, with the great value, You do not expect a really, really high quality, but it's still very affordable price, and then you have some certain quality that you want. But what about Target? The Target slogan is that expect more, pay less. Both are the very big discounters, very big grocery chains. They promise differently. Target, they provide interesting and high quality stuff than the Walmart, but with their private label brand, customers can have some of the affordable options. Let's look at in the other examples. Toyota has the two different lines. One is the Toyota, and then the other one is the luxury version, which is Lexus. Toyota itself, they are targeting some of the middle class. Their car's price is also affordable to the middle class. But on the other hand, Lexus is the high-end brand of the Toyota. They position that as a luxury car, and then price is also much higher than the Toyota, some kind of generic brands. Let's talk about the customer side. The price is decided between the supply and demand. The demand side is the customer. As I mentioned, if it's a high demand, lack of supply, then usually it goes to the high price. And if it's the abundant supply and then not many people want that product, then the price goes down. Another important point is that it reflects the customer's expectation, what the customer is willing to pay. Usually when we just look for just kind of one white t-shirt, you can easily find just $5 or $7 or $10 one in the Amazon or some kind of generic brands. But if there's a Gucci logo, then it just perceived as a prestigious brand, and then it become the luxury. So the price is reflective more than $500. This is the reflected customer's expectation. The next one is cost. So you should think about how much cost have when you actually produce the products. Two important concepts are the margin and markups. To calculate the gross profit, price less cost. After calculating the profits, first we look at margin. Margin is the measure of your business profitability. It expresses the percentage and then measures how much of the every dollars in sales or services are the companies keep from its earnings. Equation is price minus cost divided by price. Another thing you should look at is the markup. It's about how much more company selling price is than the amount that the item costs of the money. In general, the higher markup, the more revenue of the companies make. The higher markup is which is good. To calculate this, price minus cost divided by cost. The numerator is the same, which is profit, but the denominator, which we are interested in, is different between margin and markup. We will have some of the practice questions related to this. So we have 3 questions. I want you to stop in every question and then think about how you can calculate this, and then I will explain it. How we can calculate the markup here. The equation is profit divided by cost. The cost is the $40 per met per unit. And then how we can calculate the retail price per unit. Now we know the total price and then total units. So if we divided the total price by total units, then we have the $60 per unit as a retail price per unit. And then after that, if you calculate markup, which is price minus cost divided by cost, then we have the 50% markup here. And the next question, you need to calculate margin. So I want you to stop here and then solve this question by yourself and then come back to lecture. The equation of the margin is price minus cost divided by price. The important information here, the cost is the $2.99 per unit. And then also retail price is the $4.29 per unit. So to calculate the margin, we first do the price minus cost, calculate the profit here, and then divide it by price. Then we have the 30% of the margin here. The next question is how we can calculate markup. Here we should calculate markup. Necessary information to calculate this is price and the cost information. So we know the cost information, $2.99 per unit. And there's information about the margin, but we do not know about the price. So by using the information about margin, which is the 50%, we can calculate the retail price. So the equation of the margin is price minus cost divided by price. We plug in this number here. So after we plug in these numbers, we can calculate price as $5.98. So now we know the price information. So again, we can plug in the numbers and then calculate margin. So 5.98 minus 2.99 divided by 2.99, which is cost and price, then we know the markup is 100%. The next one is competition. So I mentioned that prices that relate to the revenue for as a business. So you might want a high price to have a better revenue. But keep in mind that there is a competition. You cannot decide your price randomly, not considering competitors. Let's say one consumer considering just white, mid-size sedan, and we have a kind of similar option between the Toyota Camry and the Honda Accord. They're just more or less similar functions, similar size, similar utility. But if the one brand can put the price way higher than the other, then just consumers are more likely to go to choose the other brand, which is your competitor. So you should consider a competition when you decide price. So now I'm going to tell you the typical pricing strategies that you see every day. First one is everyday low pricing. This is what Walmart and Aldi do. So usually those stores, they don't have sale very much, but already they provide the lowest and the lower price with the average quality product. So they emphasize, they continuously provide some the lower price. That is what's their strategy. The next one is high and low pricing. You have high price and also you have the low price. What you do here is that you set the consumer's perception of what is a good by having a high price, and then you have the sales at the different times of years or promotions that where your lower price in order to drive the sales that in that way. You might have the experience in the store, oh, it was originally $200 and then now I'm getting it for the $150. That's a great deal. Stores do like that. Let me give you one example. Let's say there's a one store that usual shirt price is $99. But in the holiday weekend, can get 3 shirts for $99, which is one shirt price in non-holiday season. What is the good thing here in the high and low pricing is you can get both markets. You can get the people who need a shirt today and oh, I cannot wait to the next holiday. I need a fancy dress shirt tonight. So I will go there, I will pay for the $99 and then to get a new shirt. And then now there are other people like, oh, I have time. I can wait until the Labor Day, President's Day, whatever the holidays when they have those discounts. Then I can have the 3 shirts in the one shirt price. You are getting the both types of the consumers with the high and low pricing. The thing is that having those high and low prices give the customers have a reference point, because with the high price, that's what the consumers perceive the price should be. And then anything lower than the high price, we perceive as a lower price, and then we are happy about this. So as you see a lot of times that the stores do that, and then we'll have the sales in the certain holidays, or maybe after like kind of post Christmas or the summer seasonal sales. So then they sell those clothings or other stuffs like that. And keep in mind that these first 2 strategies, everyday low pricing and then high and low pricing strategies, the price and quality ratio is the key here. So people have to feel there's a high and lower levels of quality. So I'm willing to pay more the high quality, and I feel like I'm getting a really good deal. It's a great value. And where there's a 3, people feel there's a lower price on the high quality goods. So these are the examples of the high and lower pricing. The next one is the bundle pricing. Pricing, you bought the stuff together. For example, the Xbox bundle. It comes with the Xbox controller and the latest video games and something like that. So the bundles come together, and what's nice thing is here is for consumers that you have the bundle pricing. So hey, I get all these products with the one price, like $299 for the Xbox. So think about it, if you have to pay $299 for Xbox, and then another $59 for a controller, another $70 for a game, but with the bundle, it's all in one. In that respect, the consumers feel like the bundle price is nice because it's put all the products together, what they need. But for us as a business, how bundle pricing work is, and then what is the great about it, I can sell my products in a bundle, which means that they're not gonna to buy other competitors' products. So think about it, when you have a Microsoft Office, Then you have the Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Teams, and then the others, some kind of PDF generator. And then even some of them, you don't know what they are, like kind of PDF maker, something like that. Then, but thing is that I don't have to buy another PDF maker because it's already there in my bundle. So because sometimes the consumers will buy the bundles because they feel like, well, I'm not using one part of the product yet, but maybe I will. So which is make consumers feel good by the fact that they have some of those things. So these are the examples. So as the business, they're not gonna buy the competitor's product. And even sometimes the people with the bundle pricing, people feel like they have a great deal. Like instead of them having to pay $100 for PowerPoint, $100 for Excel, $100 for Word, now I'm paying for $300, everything together. So I'm getting some of them for free. So this is the strategies of the bundle pricing. Now let's talk about the captive product pricing. So captive product pricing, you have one captive core products and then with the additional some of the complement products. For example, with the coffee machines and capsules, to make a coffee, you need the coffee machines, which is the core product. But to have coffee, you need some of the capsules to make the coffee for you. This is kind of complement products. Having those the core product, you need to keep buying those the complement products, so it brings you revenue. And another example is the razors. When you have the razors, you have those handles with just the razor itself, but you need to keep buying the changeable blades, so it attracts consumers to buy more of your stuff, and then it generates the revenue. The next one is the byproduct pricing. It's about we are selling our leftovers. So what do we sell our scrap metal to? And then what do we see the extra tire to? And then what does the McDonald's do with their extra oil, leftover oil with their after they cooking French fries? Some items that you have to dispose it, but some companies will actually sell to the other customers. With that, do I price it? Or do we just give it away? Or is there somebody willing to pay for it? Think about it. Sometimes there are people who are willing to pay for those scrap metals or those leftovers. So you can think about it, how you can go into with that. The last one is dynamic pricing, which means the price keep changing. It's keep moving. And then what prices are always moving? Hotel price, airplane price, or kind of Uber's search pricing, right? So the dynamic price that are always changing, it could have that they change based on the demand or how close it is on the date. So that's why we usually see the buy airplane tickets like 3 or 4 or 5 months in advance, we have a lower price. But when you get closer to the dates that the flight you want to go, the price become really, really, really high, and then you have seen that. That is also something similar with the Uber. I was in a conference a couple months ago, and then I took the Uber from the airport to the hotel, and it cost us $60 because there's nobody there that time. But I left on Saturday morning, and it was $100 to come back, surge pricing, because the demand had to drop up to this high price. So you will see with the plane tickets, hotel, Uber, much more frequently this dynamic pricing strategy. So it gives you the ideas of all those dynamic pricing. So with those strategies are like we usually see in the everyday. So like when you go to the stores and then when you use services, just think about it, what's pricing strategies the company use. So last one, I want you to watch this video, why Uber and then Lyft rides price become higher. I also have that feeling these days, and then this video answer my question. So you will see the quiz question with this video. So I recommend you to watch this, and then I have more understanding about dynamic pricing as well. This is all about it. Thanks so much.